young participants. Today, St. Aloysius Anglican High School, Vishakhapatnam, is proud and honored to host the AISIC Literary Competition 2026-27 Zonal level. Words have the power to inspire and heal and transform. Keeping that spirit alive, we gather here for the C. Nabaruddin Memorial Poetry Writing Competition in the junior category. Life of Sri Nabaruddin. He was an eminent personality, visionary school leader, and one of the most respected contributors to school education in India. His life stands as a shining example of integrity, discipline, leadership, and unwavering commitment to the cause of education. Born on 20 December 1964, he was an engineer by qualification, a proud product of the prestigious Council for the Indian School Certificate Examination (CISCE) system. He remained deeply connected to his ideas throughout his life. He influence extend far beyond the walls of his own education. His most enduring legacy lies in the extraordinary contributions to the Association of Schools for the Indian School Certificate as National Joint Secretary of ASISC and earlier Secretary of ASISC West Bengal and Northeast regions. He worked tirelessly to unite schools and monitor educational leaders and create opportunities for students to excel beyond the school. A faith believer that education should nurture every talent. Under his leadership and guidance, these platforms empowered countless students to discover their potential, develop confidence, embrace teamwork, and pursue excellence with humility. Though he left us on 21st November 2020 due to sudden massive cardiac arrest, his ideas continue to inspire schools, educators, students across the country. May his life continue to remind us that while school impact knowledge, great educators leave behind a legacy that inspires generations. The rules of poem writing. Poem should be written in English. Poem should be maximum of 40 and can access up to 30 lines. Use of electronic gadgets is strictly prohibited during the preparation time. The poem must be original and should not resemble or copy from any other extant work. Participants should be adjusted based on language, writing skills, expression, presentation of the theme and topic. Marks will be adjusted, awarded by individual judges will be added to each participant. Only the winners will be selected for the next level. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you. Respected teachers, respected parents, and respected period home. Suffer one of the best schools for ICSC in India, and therefore we are also pleased to come here, and we are also very happy to host this. As per my knowledge, for last 1 decade, and this is the first time we are also organizing this particular contest. I hope we will hope and believe is very good, but then we make it to be the originality of our culture and our tradition. So therefore, now after this particular inaugural session, we will be moved to a particular hall where we will write the poem and we will show the theme and then the poem. Okay? And parents to we will be simultaneously storytelling also, and you can be the audience there, and we will be listening. So we are to activate the program.
Thank you, Father. So we wait for a few minutes to give you the topic. We are waiting for the board to set the topic. As the topic is here, we will go over the rules so you can prepare yourself. Enough time will be given for the preparation. Simultaneously, to the auditorium, the story writing will be started.
Here, we, the host school for ASISC literary competitions 2026 and 27, extends a warm welcome to all of you for Shri Udumal Gregory Reddy Memorial Storytelling Sub-Junior Competition. On behalf of the school management, I cordially invite our esteemed judges. May I request our principal, Reverend Father D.J. Prakash, to invite our judges with flower. May I now request Reverend Father Karun Kumar, the co-director of Non-Formal Industries, to receive our welcome. May I the director of Navajeevan Don Bosco to receive our welcome. Now I request Reverend Father Dr. Gova Shaurya, the administrator at Rose Hill Shrine, to receive our warm welcome. Welcome to all the participants of the day and the teachers escort. As we are conducting this storytelling competition in memory of Shri Udumal Gregory Reddy, it is befitting that we know about his life and achievements. Shri Udumal Gregory Reddy was a towering symbol of perseverance who began his humble journey as a teacher and carried forward his noble vision by establishing St. Joseph's Education Society in 1907 for the then Andhra Pradesh. Shri U.G. Reddy served as secretary and treasurer of the association for over 15 years, working tirelessly curriculum and syllabus. Under his leadership, the association created invaluable opportunities for students to showcase their talents and skills through regional and national level literary, cultural and sporting activities. A man of extraordinary generosity, Shri U.G. Reddy donated 1 acre of land at Habsigoda, Hyderabad to the Council for the establishment of the CISC regional office in South India, a lasting testament to his unwavering commitment to the growth of the Council. In recognition of his distinguished contribution to education, the National Institute of Human Resource Development conferred upon him the prestigious Jewel of India Award. He was also felicitated by the Deccan Chronicle under its Guruji We Love You initiative as an eminent and distinguished educationist. Acknowledging his lifelong service to education and humanity, the Association of Schools for the Indian School Certificate honored Shri U.G. Reddy with the Father George Hess Excellence Award 2018 for his outstanding contribution to the cause of education, human enrichment and world peace. In recognition of his immense contribution to the association, the Executive Committee of ASISC resolved to dedicate the ASISC Literary Competition to the memory of Shri Udumal Gregory Reddy, ensuring that his inspiring legacy continues to motivate generations of educators and students living on through the institutions he built, the lives he transformed, and the values he championed. So before we commence the competition, I would like to read out the rules and regulations of the competition which you are aware of. Firstly, the time limit that is given for is 3.5 minutes, including the introduction. And the participant must clearly state the moral of the story at the end. The participants will be adjudged based on voice modulation, presentation, pronunciation, accent, confidence, facial expression, and action, and fluency and intonation. And the marks awarded by the individuals will be added to each participant. After 3 minutes, a bell will be rung as a caution to say that you are left only half minute to conclude your storytelling. Now, so you will be called based on the number that is given for you. So we don't call the names. Okay, we call the participant 1, and 1 has to come here and present your topic. Judges, dear fathers, so on your file we have the list of the criteria that is given for judging, and also the hard copy of the stories that are prepared by the participants. So when the participant 1 comes, so you have to look into the number that is given 1. Okay. The 50th participant is not turned up, so he is not participating in this competition. So we can leave out his place. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 we have participants.
Good morning to all of you, dear Reverend Fathers and respected judges of the day. Hearty welcome to you in a special way, and also respected teachers and parents, and my dear participants. So I repeat the statement: feel at home, feel free when you come to perform your chant. Don't hurry up. See that the mic is according to your position, your desirable position or not, then start. Okay, feel at home, feel comfortable. You are just 6 of you or 5 of you participating. You don't need to hurry up. And the judges also are very neutral and experts. So we have gathered them here, and you can really speak out your story and get your desired prize and all that. So feel free, make yourself more comfortable, and it is your prepared speech like story. So therefore, please come vibrantly and try to participate in this particular competition. I wish you from the bottom of your heart all the very best.
Judges, teachers, and my dear friends, my name is Harka. Today, I'm here to tell a short story about the boy who collected tomorrow. The town woke every morning to the same sound, the old clock tower striking 6. But one morning it was silent. People rushed into the square. The giant clock stood frozen, its hands pointed at midnight as though time itself had forgotten to move. Everyone panicked, everyone, except a 13-year-old boy named Elias. While the townspeople argued about broken gears and missing keys, Elias noticed something unusual. A tiny silver bird sat upon a motionless clock, holding a glowing feather in its beak. The bird fluttered away. Curiosity pulled Elias through narrow streets, across an abandoned bridge, and deep into forest where no one had entered for years. There, hidden beneath a towering tree, stood a cottage unlike any he had ever seen. It was shimmer like a morning mist. The old woman opened the door before he could knock. I have been expecting you, she smiled. Inside the cottage, there were thousands of glass jars, each held a tiny beam of golden light, dancing though it were alive. What are they? Whispered Elias. They are tomorrow's, the woman replied gently. They are tomorrows, the woman replied gently. Every dream someone postponed, every kindness left in, every apology never spoken, every chance ignored, they all became trapped here. Elia stared in silence. So time has stopped because people stop valuing tomorrow? The old woman nodded. They became so busy chasing yesterday regrets and today worries that they forgot tomorrow is built by today's choice. She handed him an empty jar, written only, beg and fill it. But with what? She smiled with hope. Confused, Elia stepped outside. He helped the lost child to find her mother. He planted a tiny sapling beside the dusty road. He shared his lunch with an old man who had none. He often wrote a forgiving letter for someone who had hurt him. With this every act, the empty jar shimmered brighter until it overflowed with warm golden light. When Elias returned, the old woman poured the glowing light into the heart of the silver bird. Into the heart of the silver bird. It soared into the sky. The moment its wings touched the silent clock tower. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Time breathed again. Flowers lifted their heads. Therefore, the moral of the story is our future is not something we wait for. It is something we create through the choices we make today. Thank you.
Thank you. You have spoken for 3 minutes and 60 seconds.
A warm good morning to respected judges and respected teachers and my dear friends. Hi everyone, this is Indu and I am going to narrate a story named The Library of Whispers. It was an ordinary afternoon. The school library was silent except for the faint rustle of pages. Indu wandered deeper, the pastures no one touched. The dust floated in the air like tiny sequins. And then, behind the old case, she found a staircase. At the bottom was this secret room filled with dusty books. And these books were not ordinary books. When she opened it, they started whispering. One book whispered, "Your friend hides her tears." Another book whispered, "Your teacher once failed, but kept trying." Indu's heart raced, but these books carried the secret struggles and mistakes of everyone around her. She froze. Should she reveal these secrets to everyone? Or might we keep them hidden? And the whispers grew louder and louder. It is easy to find solace in others, but it is very difficult to correct those faults or give advice. She asked herself, what is the use of exposing mistakes if I cannot help them to fix them? And she realized anyone can judge, but those who can care enough can guide. From that day, she chose not to judge, but to help a kind word, a little encouragement, or suggestion. That was her way of answering the whispers. From that day, she saw change in her classmates also. The classmates smiled more, her friends trusted her, even our teachers noticed her courage. The next week, when she returned to the library, the books were gone. On the wall, one final line glowed. True wisdom is not in correcting mistakes, but in helping to fix them. And thus, the moral of the story is criticism is easy and correction is greatness. And thank you.
Thank you. And you have spoken for 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
My name is Anthony. I am going to present a story titled The Two Trees. Once upon a time, in the middle of a dense forest, there lived two towering trees. One was a magnificent broad oak tree with sturdy and sprawling branches. The other was a fragile-looking willow tree with long, droopy branches that reached the ground. While the oak stood tall and unyielding, the willow was known for being flexible and gentle. One summer afternoon, a young, tired sparrow flew into the forest looking for a place to build her nest and shelter her unhatched eggs. She flew to the proud oak tree and chirped, "Dear oak, could I please build a small nest on your strong branches? A heavy storm is coming." The oak puffed up his leaves and sneered, "Look at you, tiny bird. Your weight and your noisy little chicks will break my beautiful branches. Go, find another place. I cannot host you." Heartbroken, the sparrow flew to the willow tree and asked the same question, fearing another rejection. But the willow warmly smiled and said, "You are more than welcome, little one. My branches are soft and flexible, and we will weather the storm together." Gratefully, the sparrow built her nest. That very evening, a fierce, unexpected tempest struck the forest. The wind howled violently, and the rain poured down in sheets. The oak stood rigid, fighting the wind with all its might. It refused to bend. Suddenly, with a loud, deafening crack, the oak's stubborn trunk snapped in half and crashed to the forest floor. Meanwhile, the willow bent gracefully with the wind. Instead of fighting the gale, its long branches swayed, allowing the powerful gust of wind to pass right through, without breaking a single twig. The sparrow and her eggs remained completely safe. The next morning, after the storm had passed, the sparrow surveyed the fallen oak and approached the willow. She felt sorry for the arrogant tree and said, "It is a shame that the proud oak tree has been destroyed when your flexibility has saved us." The willow smiled softly at the bird. My dear friends, the moral of the story is, true strength lies not in being rigid and unyielding, but in being adaptable and kind in the face of adversity. It is better to bend with grace than to break from pride. Thank you.
Thank you. You have spoken for 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Participants.
Today I would like to share a story on the topic the mystery of the old clock. Have you ever walked past something old and felt that it was watching you? That's exactly how I felt about an old clock in my grandfather's house. It stood in the corner of the living room, tall, wooden, with glass doors and brass hands. It ticked when even nobody is there to wind it. For years, my grandfather told the same story that the clock hasn't stopped for 80 years, not once. We thought he was exasperating. The real mystery wasn't about ticking. The mystery is that it happened at 3:13 a.m. We tried everything to stop it, but we took out the batteries, we stopped the pendulum, we also called the clockmaker, but it didn't stop ticking or chiming at 3:13 a.m. As the kids were terrified, my cousins made up stories. It is the ghost of the man who built it. It is counting down to something. It is warning us about something. I couldn't sleep for weeks. Then one summer, my grandfather fell ill. He called me to his room and said, "You are old enough to know it." He told 80 years ago on this exact date, his younger brother was born. But the doctor said that he wouldn't survive the night. My grandfather, who was 10 years old that time, sat beside the clock, praying and watching At exactly 3:13 a.m., he cried for the first time, so he lived. My grandfather wound the clock every single day at that exact time to remember the 13th minute that gave his brother a second chance of life. As his younger brother passed away last year, the clock kept the tradition on its own. The weight inside set it in a way that it would chime at that exact time. That night I understood that it is not about ghosts or magic. It is love. It was the memory. It was a promise kept for 80 years. We think old things are just old, but an old clock isn't just to measure time. It holds someone's story. When you go across something old, a letter, watch, or a clock, don't just see the list. Ask what it does see, because the biggest mystery lies what it is, but there about why it matters. Thank you.
Thank you, and you have spoken for 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
Good morning, respected judges. I am Brigadier Ganesh Patkusa. Today, I am going to tell you a story called The Clock That Stopped Ticking. There was once a boy named Arjun. He lived in Hyderabad with his parents. Arjun was very smart in his studies, but he had one big problem. He was always in a hurry. Hurry up, Arjun. Finish your homework. Hurry up. Eat fast. Hurry up. We are getting late. That was all he heard. So he started thinking, if I had more time, I could do everything. One Sunday, Arjun was sitting in his grandfather's old shop. His grandfather was a watchmaker. On the wall hung a very big and a very old clock. It has been ticking for 50 years. Tick tock, tick tock. But that day the clock was silent. Arjun asked, Dadu, why did the clock stop? His grandfather smiled and said, because you did not give it time, beta. Arjun laughed. How can a clock need time? I will fix it with money. I will buy a new battery. His grandfather shook his head and said, money can't fix this clock. Only one thing can. What? Asked Arjun. Your time. The grandfather gave Arjun a small screwdriver. Open it and see. Arjun opened the clock. Inside there was dust, broken gears and a small note. The note said, I only tick for those who listen to me. Arjun cleaned it. He repaired one gear and oiled another. It took him 2 hours. He had never spent 2 hours on one thing without checking his phone. But he did it. And then tick tock, tick tock. The clock had started again. That night, something strange happened. Arjun woke up and saw the clock glowing. A soft voice said, you gave me 2 hours. Now I will give you 2 hours back every day. From the next day, Arjun noticed that he finished his homework in 30 minutes instead of an hour. He played with his sister for 1 hour without feeling guilty. He sat with his grandfather and listened to 3 stories. His 2 hours had come back. One day, his friend Rohan said, Bro, my father is rich. He bought me the latest phone. Arjun replied, that's nice. But can your phone give you time with your father? Rohan went silent. Weeks passed. Arjun had topped in his class. But more than that, he was happy because he had able to understand the secret messages grandfather had taught him. Then one day, the clock had stopped again. Arjun ran to his grandfather crying. Dadu, I have done everything right. His grandfather smiled, hugged him and said, the clock is not broken, Arjun. You have learned your lesson.
Now you have to beat the clock for others. Thank you.
You have spoken for 3 minutes and 33 seconds.
First of all, we like to issue the participant certificates of ASISC Zonal level competition of storytelling. Participant certificates for storytelling. Harika, please come forward. Harika. K. Hindu, Default School. Benjamin Anthony. Mary Dasai. Tanu Sri Surya. Ganesh. Congratulations to all the participants. Participant certificate for poem writing. Sara Mahmuda. Nahari. S. Ayush. Ashwini, St. Anne's English Medium School. K. Prashanti. The prize, third position goes to Ganesh. Gloria Vidya. Ganesh secured third position, 114 marks out of 150. Second position, Benjamin Anthony secured 190 out of 150. First position, Harika, 125 out of 150.
Benjamin.
Harika. And request the teacher also to please come forward. Secondary juniors. Poem writing.
Poem writing, we have got equal marks. So they have got the same 2 positions. First one is Shinde Ayush. Second position. B. Yaswati. So second position. The first position goes to, the first place goes to Sinjini Lagri with 123 marks.
Dear respected teachers, respected parents, and my dear participants for patiently waiting for the result. So it was a fair marking. Suppose if you have any doubts also, you can look into the calculations. Everything is transparent and note. Somebody has to be a winner. Somebody has to be a winner. So it is natural, but then you have been very sportive and competitive. So I congratulate and wish you all the best in the future to excel, because we have different levels. This is only zonal level, so we have regional level and national level. And so therefore try to excel, and those aspirants is work hard, some more in creativity, and try to achieve good mark. Those prize winners, for example, you want to assess for what aspect you got more mark and the area where you can improve. Also, others have evaluated so nicely, so you can look at them and try to improve. So that is how I want to tell. Thank you for feeling at home and waiting so long for this result. But I thank also Master Chinnarao and Mrs. Andrea Shipman for making it very possible and very feasible for all of us. Thank you, teachers. And Master Sandeep is a soft man. He makes it very soft. So naturally, it is made, the program has been made very smooth. So thank you, Master Sandeep, and thank you, every one of you. Every one of you have contributed a lot, and your presence have been our joy today. So keep on fighting, keep on competing with lots of sporty spirit. Thank you, one and all.